Hey everybody, I haven't done one of these in a bit, but these are some dreams I've been having repeatedly over the past, I don't know, I would say a matter of months. And usually when that happens, it means it's significant and it's like a future event rippling backwards. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I've made a fair amount of predictions, and a lot of them have come true or are coming true, and we're still waiting on the rest, right? So I think that, being autistic, pattern recognition, I think that has a lot to do with me being quote unquote psychic. I think that it's just my neurology picking up things. And I think that we don't understand time and space like we could. And we're in the process of learning it. I think that these future events somehow ripple backwards and forwards. And some of us are more sensitive to it for one reason or another. And we pick up on it, and I don't take any credit for it. I'm not fear mongering, but if I can put this out there and prepare someone, maybe someone else is having the same visions, dreams, feelings, whatever, and it might help them out. So lately, two significant things that have been happening, things that have not happened yet here in America. And this is going to be, for the most part, specific to America, but it is going to bleed into other countries. So I'll get to that later. But essentially, what we're going to see, according to my dreams, is I'm going to start with the one that's more recent. A portion of America, I don't know if it's like a town or a city. It's an area in the United States. It seems to be somewhere in the Midwest, anywhere from like Michigan, Wisconsin, all the way down to Texas, like that big area of the Midwest. Somewhere in there, I feel is the strongest, but it's not clear. It could be anywhere in the United States besides Alaska or Hawaii. This feels like in the central part. And this part of the United States, which again feels like a large area, like a town or a city, gets cut off from the rest of the country for some reason. I don't know why. I just see the military surrounding this area. American citizens are trapped inside. American citizens on the outside are trying to help them. And I don't know what it's over. I don't know what happens. I don't think it's aliens. I believe in aliens, so I'm not like joking about that, but it's not like that. Could be a T attack. I can't say the word. It could be something else. I don't know why this happens, but a significant portion of the United States gets cut off from the rest of the country, as in no communication, no electricity, no supplies, completely controlled by the military for some reason. And again, I don't know why, but it goes on for longer than you might think it would. I just see American citizens trying to contact, or on the outside, trying to contact the ones on the inside, helping them out with survival ideas, tools, whatever. I don't know why this is happening, but it feels really significant. And it has like major rippling effects for our country and the history of this country and the foundation. It's going to shake it to its core. Like whatever this is going to change everything. It's not the only thing that changes everything, but it's going to be extremely significant in where we go as a country moving forward. And just to make it clear, these are not the FEMA camps that people have been talking about for like 2 decades. This is not a FEMA camp. This is a town or city that already exists that's being closed off, a lot like the pictures that I'm showing you in the video, just to give you some kind of idea of what I was seeing in my dreams. And some of the other images are part of the more longer happening dreams. This one, I've had this dream so many times and it's so bizarre. I'm going to have to be really careful with my words, and I have to make a disclaimer really quick. I don't condone this behavior. It's just going to happen. I'm not part of anything. I'm a lone wolf. I just get these weird dreams and visions I keep to myself. I don't want anything to do with what's about to happen. It's just dreams that I'm having. I don't want this to happen. It's going to be a bad thing. At least to some good, but it's going to be a bad thing, okay? I see small groups of people throughout the entire country, which is a large country, the U.S. They're going to be, again, small groups. They're not part of a larger group orchestrating it. These are very small groups of people doing their own thing, but in similar ways. It's weird. They're going to be committing T attacks throughout the United States on the infrastructure. Think, electrical power plants, gas piping, like natural gas piping, like you see in the picture, bridges, just basically anything that disrupts life, the infrastructure, anything at all you can think of. And it's going to start out slow and it's going to build up, and there's going to be so much misinformation, and it's going to be so confusing, mostly because it is confusing. There's going to be a lot of small groups with their own agendas. The right and left are going to be blaming each other. There's going to be people doing it just to vandalize. There's going to be people doing it for revenge. There's going to be people doing it for political reasons. There's going to be people doing it for religious reasons. It's going to be a shit show. Please be prepared for power outages. I cannot stress that enough. I've been talking about it for years. Please, please, please be prepared for power outages. Know what you need to do, what you need to have if you have no power for weeks, no matter what time of year where you live. I am begging you at this point, because we're all in some way, shape, or form going to be affected by this. And this is going to be years, if not a decade or longer. This is going to be a long, long fight within this country. This is what our civil war is going to look like. It's going to start out with shit like this, and it's going to build and build and build. And it's going to be really confusing. So keep these predictions in mind when this is happening, and know that it's confusing for a reason, because it's a shit show. And there's a lot of people with their own agendas doing their own thing in sometimes similar ways. And it's going to be extremely hard to tell what's true and what's real, on top of a lot of other things factoring into it. So all I can say is just prepare yourself and your family the best you can. Now, with the other countries spilling over, I am seeing other countries throughout the world kind of picking up and using this in their own kind of ways of protesting. I mean, I can see people doing this in like France, like, which is a very political activist kind of country. Just be all over Europe, North and South Africa, South America, Russia. Like I can see China. Like I can see this happening all over the globe as people start to realize what's happening. And again, they have their own agendas. And it's going to be extremely hard for any kind of law system. I'm not going to say their initials, because I have to be careful what I say because of the algorithm. But you know who they are. Come on. But anywhere from the local police on up to the very top, it's going to be extremely hard to track most of these. Obviously, people are going to be dumb and show their faces on cameras and get caught easy. But for the most part, because it's going to build up and be happening everywhere, it's going to be uncontrollable. They are like the S cells. I can't say the first word because of the algorithm, but it's almost like that. But these people are, again, small groups working on their own agendas. No, it's not a network. It is not a bigger system, but yet it seems like a bigger system, because there's going to be so many people doing the same things when it comes to, sabotaging infrastructure, that kind of idea. And there's going to be, of course, people that are copying them just to blame it on someone else, Again, super confusing. We're in for a really rough ride for years, if not a decade or longer. And it's going to be on top of everything else. It's going to be on top of all of the really bad natural disasters that are going to be picking up because of climate change. I don't care what your beliefs are in that. I mean, it's happening. It's happening everywhere. The natural disasters are getting worse, and they're going to continue to get worse on top of the social unrest, on top of everything else. This is just another layer of chaos to our existence that we don't want. So please be careful. Please keep this in mind. Don't be scared, because you're already here. So just prepare yourselves and do the best you can.